What is up, y'all? It's Musicians Force Podcast with most of Harlem Hayfield. We traveled up north. Love you, Chris. Miss you, buddy. But the rest of us came up to our little Michigan retreat, and we've got the host of the weekend with us over here, Mr. Graham Ween.
There he is.
What's up with this place? What's it used for? What's it good for?
It's a house made for living.
Okay.
My dad built this house in 2003, and yeah, it's been in our family ever since. I've been coming up here. See, we came to this area years, like, since I was a kid, and my dad's buddy's got like a cabin that's down by Silver Lake, probably
Okay, yeah.
5 minutes, if that, from here. And we used to go there all the time because they got the dunes are one of the big attractions up here.
Yeah.
So we would, come up with like my dad's friends' families. There'd be tons of us in this little like.
They were all cabin people, or
yeah. So yeah, Dad decided he wanted to build his own place, and
thank God for that.
Yeah, and dude,
it's dope.
He killed it.
Tom Ween is a saint.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's the guy.
Well,
He's responsible for how many songs?
How many songs has Tom?
Most
Ween
of our
had
songs
in?
have come out of this place.
Yeah.
Yep, and he designed this whole thing himself, dude. He told him where to put every light switch. Like, this is
That's wild.
his brainchild, 100%.
My
man.
favorite spot of this cabin, which we also know that Tom Ween designed, is this back screen door. Right?
Yeah.
He slams like an old cabin.
And he did that on
like you're at
purpose. He
camp.
wanted that sound. He wanted that.
Dude,
like,
I know
camp
what it is.
sound.
I went
Yeah.
to church camp in Wisconsin when I was a little kid.
That
and
explains a lot.
All of the cabins had that wooden screen door that slammed just
Yep,
like that.
He wanted that.
Yep. I get it.
Yep. And
Yeah.
actually, there's the little piece of wood there that's like basically so you can put your ass against it and open it when you got your hands full of food going to the grill. I can't remember who it was. There was a girl at Miles that we all worked with there made that for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one on the front door too.
So it's a special using your ass to open the
That's
door.
what it's for.
Wow.
That's exactly what it's
It's an
for.
ass
So when you got a
board.
plate full of food, you're trying to get out to the grill. You ain't got to use your hands.
Well,
open
we
the door.
love Tom Ween for this place. Thank you so much, Tom.
Yeah.
We love it. Like, we've been up here for 6 years or 7 years, something like that. We've been coming since
something like
2019.
that.
2019.
Yeah.
This is
1 year.
2005.
Missed the year of New York.
We did skip, New York 23 was
Well,
it?
we were a little busy that
That was
year.
23. We went to go
23, yeah.
record, and everybody took off time from work and stuff. So we're like, all right, I hate to do it, but let's skip Michigan.
This is like almost even like our second home in the summertime.
It kind of is.
That's what's cool for me about it too, because like this place, I've been coming up here for 20 some years or whatever. So like I like literally feel at home here, which is why it's fun to bring.
So
my
you were
friends
what,
up here.
19?
Oh man,
They built it
shit.
2000 or 2003.
Yeah.
So you're like
They built this-
19, 20.
Yeah.
In that range,
19.
That's a perfect
Yeah.
age to
Man.
have your own cabin.
You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell 19-year-old Graham shit.
Oh, yeah,
No.
right?
no.
Hey, but you
I'll be
could
going up to the lake.
you can
house,
tell me hop in the car,
blusters.
go. Let's go to Michigan. I was down with that.
Hell yeah. I like, dude, it's funny that like you said, we've been coming up here for years, and even if we try to change it, the course of the weekend always just falls into the
It's a
same
natural
pattern.
formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just happened even today.
With no intention
Yep.
of it. But I mean, when you first get up here, we all got real life shit that we have to deal with, and I think it takes a minute to shake that off when you're finally, you get into vacation brain kind of thing, where you're like, oh, I'm not just trying to survive day-to-day bullshit.
Right.
I can actually let my hair down and relax for a little bit. So
Drop your bags and be like, now I'm going to recreationally work.
yeah.
Mikey used to do that here.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude, that was hell, man.
I know you got footage. Fucking just delete all that.
I don't think he does, because he
I've
was the
seen it.
culprit.
Somebody, I've seen something like that. But anyway,
All right.
Mikey used to come up here, and before
I didn't have anybody to cover me at work, so
Right.
I would have to remote in to my office back in Decatur.
So he would sit up here while we're all fucking taking dune rides.
I always
and-
felt so bad for that.
I
He's
did
right
too.
here on the porch.
Yeah, and he'd be
with
out
his
this
Wow.
weekend
Wow.
was my
This
first time
Yeah.
finally putt-putting with you guys since we've been coming up here.
Dude, we've been
Because
there
I've
a
always
few
had to
times,
work.
and
Yeah.
Mikey's never been there.
I go there every time I come up here. I
first
just like
off,
that place.
I just want to say, for those of you who see Harlem Hayfield and you see the photos of us on stage with all these people, and you're like, man, these are real rock stars. how do real rock stars live behind the scenes? It's a bunch of 40-year-old dudes going putt golfing and then coming back to eat some steaks.
Yeah.
But no, what Brandon was talking about, Mikey couldn't get off of work, and so he's telling this. It was an older guy, and he's explaining to him how to do all the design.
How to design stuff.
So Mikey's giving him like step by step
via fucking internet from
Dude,
Illinois.
The instructions are like, push the space bar with your left thumb. Push enter with your right finger. I mean, you got to get down to detail, because for a while, all the assistants I had were in their late hundreds. And
Late hundreds.
you didn't know. They're like, computers are scary. They steal your soul. So I'm like, no, this is fine. I'm remoting in magically into the computer, and then they think there's a possessed or whatever.
Yeah. The mouse is moving.
But so yeah, I'm walking this dude through this whole design of this service and everything. Get all the design work done, and then I had to go to the bathroom.
Mikey works at a funeral home. It's a funeral thing.
I wasn't going to go into that, but yeah, that's fine.
So Mikey's walking a guy through design, lots of intricate stuff. He's walking him through every detail. Every single time he needs him to copy and paste something, it's a chore.
I get up to get a beer.
And
meanwhile, we're down here hitting golf balls.
I'm in the room,
Yeah.
and so this guy's on speakerphone. I'm alone in the room, and I can hear like, all right, I got this copied in, and now I'm think it's looking good. Mikey's getting a drink. Everyone else is around, and I just did my best Mikey impression. I was like, yeah, I think you're gonna need to delete all that. And he was like, huh? And Mikey came booking, and he was like, no.
I can move when I have to.
I was like, hey, you're gonna need to delete.
I was American Ninja warrioring through the fucking gear in the living room.
If you had one shred of self-respect, you would have laid his ass out right there.
I wouldn't have.
I respect Tom, so I didn't want to put him through the screen window.
For the record, that was in Watsika.
It wasn't Watsika.
Yeah.
Was that in Watsika?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yep, that wasn't here. That was in Watsika.
Oh, I thought it was
What?
here.
Nope.
It was on a trip.
Okay.
But it was on a trip.
That was in
Let me
Watsika.
say something real quick, though. Actually, now I kind of remember the room that he was in when all that shit happened. But, like, remember the one we were here one time when Mikey was working.
Oh, several times.
Yeah.
He would always be right here.
But we were down at the dock, and you could hear him screaming at people.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my boss or manager at the time.
We were down there. In fact, I think some of that's on video. We were like, God damn, dude, he's really pissed.
Since then, I will say, things have changed drastically. I have an assistant now, and I'm able to get away and turn off my work brain and focus on things that are honestly much more important to me than a day job. And I'll tell them that to their face. I mean, they know. If you think about like what we've been able to accomplish just in the portion of our band career that is here in this place, it does have a certain magic to it because it's private cabin, private lake. You kind of isolate yourself, and then the only one you have left to talk to is the muse, And I mean,
you mean Keenan?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you sit and think about ideas, and you think about where you're at in life. And since we do this yearly, shit that's happened over the last year, and how far we've come, and all things like that, and everything you can take inspiration from anything that goes on, from a trip to the grocery store to graduation. I mean, you can find stories in all of it, and it just gives you time to pause. And
I went to the grocery store today. I found some
were you
red
inspired?
vines. Yeah, I got some red vines.
Got some red vines?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Red vines make me happy. New Harlem Hayfield song coming 2020. You want to say 2027.
I'll get it in 6. I'll get it 26.
Oh shit, it's coming early. Look out, 2026.
Back that mic up, bro.
I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
Honestly, if anybody, dude, it would be great if another band stumbled upon this and they see, oh, these guys just leave for the weekend and hang out as bros, cook some food, drink a couple beers, whatever, write some songs. Anybody can do this, because there was a year where the cabin wasn't available, or it was we weren't available to go in the windows, so we ended up at that farmhouse in Winnetka.
Watsika.
Or Watsika.
Well,
yeah.
and actually, that we just decided that what we did that year was like we came up here in June like
And
we
then we
always
went in the
did,
fall.
and we just were like, man, we should maybe do this twice a year, but like once a year we'll go to Michigan and then we'll find some other.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember one thing that was neat. You know how like Airbnbs a lot of times have like, you know, they got like a little book that they want you to write in and just say who you are, where you're from, why you're there, what you did while you were there. You know, they just.
We're moving drugs.
Well, lots of places do that, and I remember looking at that one in Watsika, and the people that were there before us shot a movie there, part of one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did like a haunted.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a short film or what it was, but yeah, they
Remember when
shot
we
something
went
there.
to Indiana? We stayed in Clinton, Indiana, at that Airbnb when we were playing over there.
Yeah.
And remember looking at the
pegs on the wall,
pegs
the
on
map.
the map of, like,
where everyone had been from. There's people from across the world.
from out of the country that had stayed
Going
in
to Clinton,
that
Indiana.
silly little fucking town, you know, that we were in. You know,
Boy, have I spent a lot of time and traveled a lot of miles with you motherfuckers.
Right?
Yeah.
we've been around.
Oh, being on the road and being on top of each other and shit. Yeah, dude.
That
This
absolutely-
definitely helped prepare for
Absolutely
that.
helped that.
I don't think you guys kicked around the idea very long, but you and Brandon mentioned like playing a show while we're up here
I would have
Oh, yeah.
or something
Absolutely.
like that.
Anymore,
Can you
but
see us?
We're just gonna deal with it.
Okay.
Keenan, you better say something before this shit's up.
God damn, Keenan,
Hey.
say something.
Well, this has been Musicians Forced Podcast, kind of, sort of. We're most of Harlem Hayfield. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Smash.
Tell us your favorite vacation spots or whatever in the comments, or don't. You really do whatever you want. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Yo.